Happy holidays, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Sig Daddy's Wrestling Show. Death Match December continues this week. 2 more matches this week. This week we'll start with Nick Mondo versus Wifebeater from Zandig's Tournament of Death, number 1 from 2002 from CZW. Before we get into that, I want to get into a few topics, but J.O., how are you doing first and foremost?
I've been good, man. I've been good. Favorite time of the year, Christmas right around the corner, just taking it all in.
And man, that first week of Deathmatch December was pretty wild, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I, again, new to the deathmatch scene, new to the matches, and just seeing what these wrestlers put themselves through. It's just insane. Crazy.
Especially, honestly, I was like, the second match we watched, which was DJ Hyde and Matt Tremont from CZW, Cage of Death 14. If you haven't already, check out the match, and if you want to, you do the watch along with us. You can find it in the archives on Sig Daddy at Sig Daddy. Wow, I can't even plug my own podcast. Sig Daddy's Wrestling Show, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, you can listen to that and watch along with us for that one, and also at Sushi Onita and Terry Funk, the Exploding Ring Time Bomb Death Match as well. But yeah, that second match, man, that was unbelievable. There was some stuff I'm like, holy moly.
When I saw the structure, saw some of the things, I was in there thinking, okay, they just made the place look scary, look intense, probably not going to use some of it. But oh my God, did they put that demonic contraption to full use?
Yeah, certainly. That was just, I was like, some of the spots, even though I was shocked by some of the spots. And there was one thing that was kind of gruesome in there. Yeah. You'll know what it is, folks, when you listen to it. You'll know, and you watch along as well. But a couple of little topics I want to get in before we get to our third match, third watch along of Deathmatch December. Firstly, the Jeff Hardy news. It's been kind of a weird week because he got released, last week, I think? And then it turns out he's fine. And then there's been speculation going around of him trying to get out of his contract or whatever. There's a lot of things. People even said that he faked being drunk to get out of there, and I don't know what the case is. They weren't even sure if he was or not. They just assumed. Couldn't take the risk, I guess. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Honestly, I think that him faking it is probably the best case scenario, because of course Jeff's had demons in the past. So when I heard that he might have relapsed, that's pretty scary and pretty sad to think about. But yeah, I've heard the conspiracies. He was trying to get out of his contract, so that this entire thing went down. But ultimately, if he's okay, which what I've seen and read shows that he is, that's honestly okay, in my opinion.
But I just don't know about I have a hard time believing him faking that.
It might not be as... So when we say fake, and when I'm saying fake, maybe it wasn't as bad as people initially thought. Again, when video showed what happened, people just started speculating, saying, oh, he's this, he's this. It might have just been he wanted to leave the match, and then everyone's first thought jumped to that.
Yeah, apparently he was groggy during the match, and so I didn't see a whole. I saw like that minute, like 30-second video or something they showed, which you didn't get a whole lot from it, in all honesty. But hope he's fine. WWE offered him rehab possibly again, and he didn't take it, so that was interesting. And so he obviously he didn't think he needed it, and so I don't know what. And from what Matt has been saying, he's been the best Jeff Hardy he's seen in the last since 2019 or whatever. This is the best Jeff Hardy he's seen, from a personal level.
Right, and that's amazing news to hear. I don't know. There's still not a whole lot of facts out there, just a whole lot of speculation.
Yeah, we'll see what comes of it. 'Cause I think he has a 90-day contract. It's like one of those 90-day outs, like WWE usually does. But WWE releases him, so we'll see what happens from there. This past weekend also was Final Battle, Ring of Honor's final pay-per-view, possibly. Might be their final battle in real life. So we'll see what happens with them. Almost 20 years of Ring of Honor, and it could possibly be coming to an end. They're talking about hiatus, moving to not waiting until April to start up again, which I find very, very difficult to imagine them restarting again, because they kind of took a break during the pandemic, and now I don't know what to think, but apparently it was a really good show, and there was some AEW wrestlers were allowed onto there to say some nice words about their time in Ring of Honor. You saw Hangman Adam Page, CM Punk was on there as well, Cody Rhodes, and the Bucks as well. You saw some cool appearances by Deonna Purrazzo in there as well. She was in Ring of Honor at one point. And then you even saw Adam Scherr, the Titan, formerly known as Braun Strowman, show up. It's like, well, it was part of that control your narrative thing with EC3. So that's interesting if they do get a restart. And then we got FTR appearance, jumping the Briscoes after they won the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships for the 12th time over Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, the original Kingdom. So that's going to be interesting because the Briscoes are the GCW champions and the Ring of Honor champions, tag champions. And then they've been teasing this match on social media for a while with FTR. They're kind of they've been going back and forth, verbal back and forth. Saw a video today with the Briscoes. We'll see what comes of that. That will be a heck of a tag match, I'll say that. Briscoes have been around since like day one in Ring of Honor, like day one. And they're not even 40 yet.
But yeah, looking at the highlights of the pay-per-view, if it was the end of Ring of Honor, I'd definitely say they went out with a bang.
Oh yeah.
And they at least tried to treat it that way just in case. Again, we don't know what they're thinking, but it looks like they wanted to at least end it in a good way if that was the case.
Yeah. And then we also got AEW winners coming this week. Hangman Adam Page taking on Bryan Danielson. So that's going to be some must-watch TV coming up on Wednesday as well.
Man, Bryan Danielson, AEW, still taking that in.
Yeah, take that in as well as Punk and MJF feuding too.
Right.
And that verbal back and forth have been pretty good.
Was just about to say that. Both magic on the mic, and I think my favorite burn or shot that I heard was how CM Punk called MJF what a discount Miz.
Ooh, that was rough. That was a little rough.
That's man, that cuts deep.
That was a little bit. I was like, man, that was bad. And then he's saying, "Oh, Britt Baker replaced you as the fourth pillar as well." Good stuff. That feud's off to a really hot start. Hopefully they can keep the momentum going for a while because they got what they're probably. I would think they're building it up for Revolution.
Right. It's just I think the best feuds are always between. Everyone always talks about they want to see the best wrestlers, the ones with their best in-ring capabilities going at it. But if you can talk a good game, which both CM Punk and MJF can do, it's just magic. It's awesome.
They're just so good at what they do. So good. It was even funny because we watched CM Punk show up as a heel last week. And MJF's hometown, well, yeah, pretty much hometown of Long Island, New York. It was so weird. Like everywhere else in the entire country, MJF is the epitome of heel. But in Long Island, for some reason, these people embrace him.
Maybe he represents who they are on Long Island. I've never been, but maybe everyone at Long Island is like that.
I don't know. Well, I certainly hope not, because man, MJF's a douche.
Yeah, I'm hoping not to offend any people from Long Island.
But your boy, man, he's kind of a doucher, big douchebag. But that's going to be good stuff. That's building up to be a really, really good feud. Hopefully, it culminates at Revolution. We got MJF wrestling Dante Martin this week as well for the Dynamite Diamond Ring, who MJF's a two-time winner of. So we'll see what happens with that as well. But speaking of MJF was a CZW wrestler, definitely not an ultra-violent type of stuff. And we head to CZW once again to their Ultraviolent Underground for Zandig's Ultraviolent Tournament of Death. Our match today, I mentioned it earlier, it's Wifebeater versus Nick Mondo in the Tournament of Death 1 final from 2002. 200 light tubes barbed wire match. And took place in Dover, Delaware, August 31st, 2002. This match is 19 years old. Give a little bit of a roundabout for the tournament so far. Nate Hatred, Zandig was in the first round. That ended up in a no contest. That's not related to this at all. So Wifebeater defeated Necro Butcher in the first round. In a first round staple gun Falls Count Anywhere match. That was the first match. And also, Nick Mondo in the first round defeated Homeless Jimmy in a weapons match. Then the semifinal included Wifebeater beating Nick Gage in a Panes of Glass match. And then Nick Mondo defeating the Messiah in a semifinal Fans Bring the Weapons match. So this is a tournament final to crown the first ever King Tournament of Death champion. And it's Wifebeater versus Nick Mondo, 200 light tubes barbed wire match. Nick Mondo didn't have a long career. He ended up retiring in 2003, briefly came out for, I think, a match or two in 2017. So this is certainly going to be interesting. You haven't watched this match, Jo. I've watched this first tournament in its entirety. So it's going to be interesting. And you're going to get ready to be surprised during this match, Jo. You ready?
Oh, very ready.
All right, here we go. Are you ready to hit play?
Yes, sir.
All right. For the viewers and listeners at home, 3, 2, 1, play.
God, so many light tubes.
Oh, I've seen worse. You've ever heard of Matt Tremont versus RSP? It was Matt Tremont's initial retirement match. That had so many light tubes. So many.
You said this was a 2000 light tube. Is that what they called it?
200.
200. Okay. I was about to say, wait, 2000, but still an excessive amount of light tubes.
It looks like the CZW championships being held up. And this Tournament Death has been one of the bigger ones. It was probably the Tournament of Death, well, even though it says it by the name of it, like the biggest one in the country for quite a while, seemed like. And Nick Mondo is out now, and let's guess what he's carrying in that bucket, Jo.
Can't be anything good, right?
No, it is not.
What is that? Is that like broken up shards of glass?
No, it is not.
Worse?
That is salt.
Oh my God! Why would you want to be covered in salt?
You know what they call about the wounds, right? What's bad about putting stuff? What is bad to put in wounds? Yep.
Salt.
Nick Mondo, sick Nick Mondo, as they like to call him.
So in this tournament, they had to wrestle a few times during this, right?
2 times. They had to wrestle 2 times in the same day.
I could tell Nick Mondo is limping hard. Oh my God! And he's spreading the salt on the. Oh my God.
The ring canvas. Yeah, he didn't have a long career, but he had an impactful one.
So you do this, you can't really expect a long career, can you?
Yeah, he has quite the legacy. Even though it was like very, very short-lived.
And I'm sorry, does he have a weed whacker?
Yes.
Oh my god.
He's like went through the light tubes. That's his wife beater, by the way. He like wife beater comes from like a military background. They if you had the commentary on, that's what they were saying. I think at one point during this, I watched this initially on IWTV, but yeah, this is tournament final, 2 matches in for both guys. Crown Tournament of Death champion, the first ever. Just so many light tubes. The one match,
Oh,
oh, geez. Ow, ow, ow. Yep. Oh, my goodness.
see, I mean, I could see why they want to use the light tubes. The way they just explode off the body looks pretty damn cool. I'm not gonna say.
A roundhouse kick. I haven't seen that used really. Roundhouse kick to the tube to the head. She's got to be super dangerous. You got glass in your eye, possibly. This is a bunch of gosh, I don't want to slide underneath the ring. Springboard. Impressive. Near fall, quick near fall for Nick Mondo. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Okay, yep. Ow, I was like right across the eardrum, it looked like.
Yeah, you want to talk about glass in your eye? That's where it'll happen. Ooh.
Like Nick Mondo earlier in this evening, he hit like his finishing move, which looks like a one-winged angel. It was off a truck and like through a bunch of light tubes. And it's called the assault driver. It was insane. Like it was a giant bump he took, and he's now out here wrestling for the second time. And he just gets a light tube to the flipping gut.
Back already bleeding.
Why? Oh my gosh, Wifebeater is torn up already. Ow! All the tubes, powerbomb right into the tubes. That canvas is literally covered in salt and glass already. Mondo.
And the match's been going on for 2 minutes now?
3 minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes. This is one of our shorter matches of this death match December.
Oh god.
So this will be our shortest one. Oh my gosh, that's so much salt.
Oh, that's gotta sting.
It's sting. Not that kind of sting. Oh my gosh, dude. That's a trio. This set the standard, I guess, for deathmatch tournaments moving forward because it was the first of tournament of death. So I think there's been like 18 of these in CZW's history. They've had a couple like internationally that didn't count for the number. I think I've watched 2002, 2016, and 20. I think 18. I think it was the latest one I watched. God, Mondo's back. Oh wow, that is just horrible. And Wifebeater isn't like he's torn up on his stomach at all. He took like a drop kick to his stomach and more tubes to his back.
Say both of their backs, my god.
He's just stomping it into his gut.
Oh my god, look at that blood print.
Oh, there's a blood print to the mat. I didn't even notice that until now. Gosh, these guys have gone like 4 minutes and look at how bad they are torn up. Like we watched the one for Tremont and DJ High. They weren't torn up that bad that quickly.
No.
Well, they didn't use tubes really, but they used everything else. Sheesh. You gotta take into the matter of fact, they've already taken punishment from 2 other death matches this evening.
Right.
Gut wrench into the tubes. Wifebeater's just grabbing them all.
Say they're there, might as well use them. Oh god, but what's he gonna use them for?
I don't remember this. I think I remember him stacking, but I don't remember this. I only watched this one time. Oh my. Okay, yep, that's rough. That's a little rough, man. Right to the stomach. Sheesh.
And is it like dangerous to be breathing in like broken fluorescent tubes? Yeah,
yes,
I'm pretty sure I read that
there's
somewhere.
like some toxins or whatever. Well, they do it for our entertainment.
Oh my god, we are sick people for being fans of this.
Yes, we are. Very sick people. Bundle! Oh my. Now there's like a square of something in the corner. I don't know what he had. Like, was it a window? Little window?
I was gonna say, it looks like a window.
German. Didn't completely hit it.
Oh, yeah, kind of missed.
Kind of hit his elbow on it. Still didn't look very pleasant.
No.
Well, nothing looks pleasant in this match. If you look at the mat now, it's Sultan, all the glass. Oh my! That looked like it came off his shoulder. Wifebeater's just taking him straight to the head. He just took the tube shot to the head. Like just all of it. Oh my! Oh no!
Whoa! 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 What?
He's got the weed whacker.
Oh, this can't be legal. Oh my god!
Oh, never gets easier. Choke bomb. This is over mercifully. Thank goodness. Oh. Oh my gosh. Doesn't get easier.
A weed whacker
to the stomach. Doesn't get any easier watching it the second time. Honestly, it's probably about worse.
How long was Nick Mondo's career?
Ended 1 year and change later.
I'd warn a guess that this was one of the reasons. Oh my god.
That was awful. That is, ugh. It's like one of the damnedest things I've ever seen.
I want to see stuff like that in WWE.
It's, not in 800 million bajillion fulfillion years, but man. Oh.
Don't zoom in.
All right, I think that's going to be the end of it for us. Wifebeater is crowned your first ever Tournament of Death champion. Zandig's Ultraviolent Tournament of Death champion, the inaugural one. That match is mercifully over. Goodness gracious. Whew.
I love the show of respect, though.
I do love the show of respect at the end, but J.O., man, your thoughts. People
do this, like, willingly. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh, that was rough. You know what? For all that hurt that Nick Mondo went through for this tournament, taking the weed whacker to the flipping stomach, he got to win the next year. He won the tournament next year. It's like, for all that punishment I took this year, I won the second one.
Hope it was worth it.
My goodness, that was just like, that match didn't like have a bunch of wild spots in it like the one we watched previously with Hyde and Tremont, but the levels of violence, man, that was even worse.
It's weird. It's kind of odd for a more match that's so much shorter that the violence is more. Because I feel the Tremont match kind of had an aspect of storytelling in it, but in this match, it was let's beat the living crap out of each other as hard as we can.
Yeah, I think that you're right. I think you hit the nail on the head with that, Jo. I really think you did, because I felt like this one was the violence, almost violence for the sake of violence.
Right.
The Tremont DJ Hyde one, you could see there was storytelling thrown in, placed into that match, because they told a story throughout the match, which Tremont's an expert on that. Like, he's a very good deathmatch storyteller, Matt Tremont. But yeah, I felt like this one was the opposite of what we saw the last match.
Yeah.
Spectacle, I'll say that. It was certainly a spectacle, this Nick Mondo Wifebeater match.
Right. Definitely not for soft stomachs, I should say.
Both figuratively and literally on that one. So we're I think we're about midway through Deathmatch December. I think we are actually at the midway point, because I think we had 6 matches we're doing this month. Jo, so we're halfway through. How would you rank these so far? 1, 2, 3.
I'd probably put the Tremont match first. That one was just insane. The Terry Funk one was probably second, and then this one third.
I think that's fair. I think I have the same rankings. I have the same rankings on that one, because I was blown away by Tremont Hyde last week.
Yeah, that was something else.
I was blown away. But more to come on Deathmatch December. This episode will drop on Tuesday evening. On Wednesday, we'll drop the next one. And the next match we're doing will be Joshua Bishop versus Dominic Guarini. Submit or Surrender from Absolute Intense Wrestling from 2018. It's going to be quite interesting, Jo. I haven't seen this match. This is another match I haven't seen on here. So certainly looking forward to it.
As am I.
And it's going to be, I think, a little bit different style of kind of a death match on the upcoming episode. So stay tuned for that. This episode you're listening to right now will drop Tuesday night. The other one will drop on Wednesday. So in the meantime, make sure to follow us. Follow the show on Twitter and Facebook at Sig Daddy Wrestle, on TikTok as well at Sig Daddy Wrestle, and on Instagram at sigdaddy.wrestle. And you can show your love to the podcast. Follow the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio apps, Podbean, wherever you get your podcasts. And make sure to leave a review of the show. I always appreciate the feedback on the show. It lets me know how I'm doing with the show, how me and Jo are doing with the show. And Jo, before we go, make sure to drop your socials.
Twitter and Instagram at Jeremy Ordas, one word, all lowercase.
All right. So until next time, this is Sig Daddy, Skylar Sig Daddy, Sigmund that is, signing off with Jo, ready for another Deathmatch December next time. See you then, and so long, everybody.